Yanyantechua, and maybe I'm discovered for Europe, I come a bush for Ghana. No, me used to tap send, tap send. No fee mobile money transfer. Eye easy, eye convenient, eye fast, and sounds so free. Won't you share? Me discover ye map him. Tap send. Intienne. Also download the tap send app. No, ever mobile phone so free. Na first ka come we busuya for Ghana for na nyina. Tap send. Papa no.
Everybody check now. Check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. Green select glucometer. Check it. Put sugar level for check it. Check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Emre tudu nani etena ka mu kwantin akotonyo mabegu ye shop mu se ubenya ni nyina ofako enno so ya asem foforo owo so to mfaako sika swane ne mpatemu anase achimota lapa se kosi nsawam. Jumidale is your one-stop shop distribution for wholesale and retailers. Safa drinks, insure, enyane anasa ade bia wo pebia. So ukoton ko ade a ene bebia wo se wutu mu a eye Jumidale. You can locate Jumidale Ventures at Giga Junction inside Soto, or call us now on 0208-920-996. Jumidale Ventures, the official sponsor for Sammy Flex TV.
Back from the weekend here on Sammy Flex TV. So many things are happening in our industry, but still, Gidigba, we day form. We know they mind anybody. Kojoki Nable. This weekend, Kojo did not have it easy on all his promotional tours. When he was on Kesben FM, I'm sure Kojo said something that some people were not. Kojo said something some people were not happy. And right now he's telling me about parts. Hey, the weekend what bro? Oko happen. But still, it's all good. But how is the experience this weekend?
It's beautiful.
On your journey to promote yourself?
Yeah, on my journey to promote myself. And you know, they know when I'm on the pundit level is I can attack.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so when you come as an artist, at that time.
Exactly. You're handicapped, so what do you say? Go home or call and then you're OG. No advice. You tragum near the view, bow a tickle. Na me dini na. Because hey, embrace yourself.
No, but why do you have to play the game like that? I'm asking you. Why do you have to go as a pundit and therefore think like, okay, because why do you have to go as an artist and think like, because you are there as an artist, you don't have a mouth? Like, why are you thinking?
Oh, you see, if I try to react to all the things, it will be like I'm trying to sound like a pundit.
No,
that is what they will say.
No, you see, I don't know whether it's a good advice though, but I also think that if you don't speak the way you want to speak today, tomorrow they will say because you've had a hit song. Now you want to talk.
No, I don't think so. No, you see, sometimes because he was there for a purpose, that is the focus of he being there as the song. Somebody will try to bring other matters that would distract you from whatever you are
doing. But they do it all the time.
Of course. So you just stick to your plan. Because to you the advantage he has is he being a pundit and also a musician. And it is very easy for him to switch tomorrow and be a pundit. And with that attack, he has the liberty to respond to all those people who came. It's only on Mabano.
Which attack? He's Kojo.
If I don't take care, that thing, the pundits ammo, it will always be defensive. So at times, naturally, I try to tone down. Okay, I am an artist. I forget as if I'm a pundit who have a say. Whatever they will say, I just have to soak it. Because of where I stand, then every question you ask me, I may have an answer to give.
Yeah.
And not for the people there, the listeners. If you post, if you give a certain poster, the listeners might not understand, because not all of them know that I am a pundit or I'm a journalist. Some of them will feel like, okay, who is this musician who is trying to have any answer to all the questions? So and like I know them, so I see that
one of those things.
Yeah, one of those things, yes, because some of them may want to say certain things, but on a pundit level, they can't put it across. But now that you are coming as an artist, yes, now we have the power over it, because I have to lower myself when I'm in their midst. Else, if I see them as one of my people, it wouldn't. I think I may misbehave.
Jemu,
Yeah.
What is your advice there to?
Yeah, I think so far so good. It's okay, but it wouldn't be like that all the time.
Exactly.
At some point, you have to respond to some of them.
Yeah.
Because especially when there's no basis for them to attack you.
Exactly.
Like one that we just heard. I mean, for that one you have to respond. I mean, try not to respond to everything, but some of them, just that you have to be selective, and some of them you have to just to clear, just to clear it. Otherwise, it may also be a tag, like some form of perception that will follow you wherever you go. Whatever you say, they say, oh, it's because of this, oh, it's because of that, and it will stay there. But when you respond to some of them, people will say, oh, it's not true because he said this and all that. So that it won't be a tag on you wherever you go. Especially when there's no basis for them to say certain things. Yes, that one you have to respond. But you know the usual thing, like what happened with you and it's okay, Safo, that one you can let it go. That one there is normal. But some of them too, they will, based on certain agenda that they have already, they will try to you and take advantage. So some of them respond, but not all of them. That one I agree with you. Yeah.
Well, that is the story of the pundit turned musician who is on the promotion. Who said I should stop?
If I should stop. One of the advices on
the stop what?
Punditing.
Who said that?
Sally. Yeah, advised me.
If you stop punditry
to stop
and do music.
Yes.
Did you ask her why?
People will not take me serious.
People not take you serious.
If I want to be a pundit, and at the same time a musician and all of that.
That was a bad advice.
So so such a thing. How did you respond to it?
Oh, she was also coming from a point of view. Yes, it's all about perception and all of that.
So it's you did not even respond to it.
No, I did not respond. It's an advice. And
you know, that one I will agree.
Based on my,
you may decide not to respond.
The experience I got from when I was working at the call center, when they were auditing one of my calls, and that call, I knew what happened. So when the editor was asking me, I was like, oh, I wanted to give a reason. Then my trainer shouted from her office, Kingsley, do not justify feedback. And ever since that statement has become a part of me, feedback is what people think, what they see from afar. It might not be the reality. But if you try to justify, it's like you are trying to give reasons why what they think is wrong or right. So I just let it go. Then you pick your lessons from it. Because whatever people want to think, they will think. Based on how they see things from afar. Yes, because I also have analyzed the situation, and I know that, okay, I'm a pundit before a musician. Definitely, there will be a time that I know naturally it will tone down. But now, all these platforms that I've been on, it is time for them to also pay me back. Okay. So if quickly I just stop, okay, then most of them will even see me as a businessman. Now you come and we do business. Yeah. But I have to take everything step by step. And at the right time, everything will happen. So if somebody is giving such an opinion, yes, you have already analyzed it. So you just have to. Yeah. And the fact that I've been a pundit, I need that bigger heart to accommodate everything. So whatever shot is thrown at me, I just laugh. I was just laughing until and I just accepted.
Yeah, because some of the things some
of us don't get hurt like that.
Maybe you have a different way. But like that,
it's cool,
Not you're not big like this one is open nonsense. But no, I didn't know because the time was so on.
Or say you're not to turn tare mama na. What's the one we like, Joe?
It is not easy, but still relief. And you wake up and social media, this is what they say this is what they say that, but it's all good. Like I just said, one of the things we have also learned to get is to open our heart for some of these things. We know how to come back at them, but we will still go with also for Chabosom's message. Anyways, that was just by the way. Kojo Kid is here. I don't think exactly. So Kojo Kid is right here. He is a musician pundit. Roland Amate in the middle, also a blogger, event publicist, and in Team Dodo Solomon, aka Chamo, online manager, Flex Entertainment Limited, and all your digital solutions. He has it for you. To the producers, Digital Rasta is Currency, and Richie Flex is the man in charge of editing, as well as he's the director of the show. Currency is the guy handling our camera for us. If you are joining us for the very first time, you should know that this is what we do every weekday, 7 p.m. here on Sammy Flex TV. We sit down, we do some insightful analysis, and the whole world is enjoying and loving it. So you are welcome. Stay put, subscribe to us, and always make sure you also share and you put down your comments as well. Now, let's start with Nigeria's elections. I don't know if my people are really following it, but what I have seen, especially around the people we work with, that is the celebrities, is the fact that I've seen some people bashing someone like Wizkid for not going to Nigeria to vote and being in Ghana for a friend and a colleague's mom's funeral. And here I'm talking about Qbeat. Qbeat is a music producer, someone he has been working with, his artist Kim Promise and co, as well as R2Bs. So over the weekend, that was the 1 week commemoration of Qbeat's mom. And Wizkid found himself there playing drums like he was making merry at the funeral. And you go online and oh my goodness, the way Nigerians are mad. Nigerians are really mad. They are mad at, that's the son. That is Wizkid's son. Simple. I'm the now 10
who is a cameraman? I didn't say balance. I didn't say ban and
Moraman. But Wizkid is that open, so because I'm not even seeing a bodyguard around him. Because the guy, if there was a bodyguard, that guy you are asking won't get that opportunity because he's too close doing nothing. He's too close doing nothing, like doing nothing and making unnecessary noise. Wizkid is that cool guy. So you go online and Nigerians are not happy with him because according to him, Nigeria is voting and you are in Ghana chilling. So some comments have been captured. Nigerians blast Wizkid for attending an event in Ghana whilst election was ongoing. Meanwhile, okay, let me read a little bit of the story. It says, Wizkid was spotted at a recent event in the company of other prominent singers, including King Promise, Efia, Jackie, RTBs, and Darko Vibes. Several people have taken to the internet to criticize Wizkid after seeing a video of him in a jam session during Killbeat's mother's burial in Ghana while the election was ongoing. Now, Killbeat is a multi-award-winning Ghanaian producer and artist manager. He serves as CEO of Legacy Live Entertainment and is now responsible for the management of King Promise, a prominent Afrobeat and high life performer. So I don't know if Richie, you want to show us some of the video where Wizkid was playing some of our local drums. Well, these are some of the comments. This one says, normally, waiting Wizkid do no good. Then they vote Wizkid go barrier. Says, I never see who is useless like this Wizkid. So our life does not matter. Where he is, I go delete all your songs now ASAP. Wow, people vexed like that too. This one said, nah to delete all your songs. This one, I guess Wizkid is the problem of Nigeria. Because I don't understand why everybody here is talking about Wizkid only, and there's a lot of top artists out there that didn't know there is voting today. Make una go find work. I beg, make una leave big wigs. And this one says, so this guy no vote. This one says, but we are here fighting for our country, and you say I should support this is action. I love big wigs, but nah, this is it. This one says, but Wizkid and the owner of this page no get sense. As why did the owner one posted? This one says, Wizkid no be Nigerian. It be big pass who they vote, huh? So everybody Wizkid no vote. Show us when the video votes. Yeah. This one says, vote your own and leave Wizkid alone. Like so many comments. Meanwhile, there are other reports that the video and Burna Boy, they all did no vote. Yeah. This one says, Burna Boy no vote. Wizkid no vote. The video no vote. Olamide no vote. But I'll say, by Wizkid own a problem now, sick folks. This one says, waiting day Nigeria for Nigeria, not even concerned this on a popsy. It is well. Of course, they are still not happy with Wizkid for ignoring their voting. Richard, are we watching the drums? If we have to, if it is not there too, we can move on to other business. We can watch it. Okay, my director says we can watch Wizkid drumming, making merry. Let's go watch it. I'll be back. Well, so these were some of the scenes and sides from Ghana when Wizkid came to support her brother, Killbeat, to mourn her late mom. And as a matter of fact, some Nigerians are not happy. And I remember this very well. I think our last election, same way, I saw some people who were looking out for celebrities who voted and those who did not vote, and they were chasing some of them. I remember very well. So I'm not too surprised. But I don't know what my people also say in reaction to what is coming from there. Chemo, maybe I'll start with you if you're okay.
Yeah. I think, I don't know their problem, but, you know, Nigeria's election, I think the last one was in 2019. People were not happy with the turnout. The voter turnout was really low, about 34%. Yes, after about 84,000 registered, 84 million registered voters. And if you strike the percentage and you have only 34, a little over 34% going to vote, it's really low. But the point is, so if maybe there's anybody to be concerned or they want to justify the insult going to Wizkid, then it will be like you have to stay and encourage people or motivate people to go and vote. But that's not the job of Wizkid. And Wizkid not voting or voting will be significant for sure, but it will not matter most, like if you are not engaging him. That's the point. If you engage him so that people will vote, fine. But if Nigerian government or the organizers of the election are not engaging him to maybe motivate people to come and vote, or he is not supporting any of the candidates, what stops him from moving? And him not voting will not stop the elections. Election will go on anyway. So insulting him, I mean, it's not the best.
But I saw something beautiful too. I think I should have added it to my producer's content, where Polo is one of Nigeria's big name promoters, based in Dubai. You know, he came to Nigeria to vote, and after he's gone back to Nigeria, and when he got there, he said yes, he's gone back to Dubai. Maybe I'll show it to Richie to show you. So comparing what Polo did and what maybe the rest of the celebrities are not doing.
Yeah, that's the point is two things. One, when people feel that whatever happens will affect them directly, they may want to get involved. Or when they have something at stake, they may be supporting a particular candidate. And for them to be sure that at least they voted for that candidate, they will come out and vote. So no matter where they are, if they can afford it, why not? They will come. But here is the case: the person may not be supporting any of them, and that one too, people should have that right to decide that I don't like any of the candidates. In fact, some people are even advocating for them, giving a space for those who don't like any of the candidates to also vote. So you go there, you take the ballot and vote. I don't like any of them. At least for us to know people who are not happy with the system. If you can measure people who are not happy with the system, that's the way. And the other way is that if there's no such thing for people to register their displeasure for how things are going, then they will not attend, like they will not come and vote, cry in the first place. People will not even register. And it's not by force, like they don't have any laws to deal with such things. So what you do is that you encourage the influencers to come on board and encourage people to come and vote. That's one way of it. But if you are not engaging them, it's for their own person. Like they can decide to be part of it or not. And it will not change much if it's just them voting. That's my point. If they don't support any of the candidates, why should they go and vote? They should vote for who? Because there is no space for not liking any of them. And we have people like that. So you can, Wizkid can be one of them. Or Wizkid can prioritize going for a funeral than voting for any of the candidates. Just to also register his displeasure. So yes, you can talk to Wizkid and say, if for nothing at all, please encourage people to go and vote. Instead of making it look like there's no need to even vote.
Like you don't care.
Like you don't care and all that. But to insult him, that's where I disagree with those who are doing that. You can say that, no, Wizkid is better, you encourage people. Yes, because you are influential. But to insult him for what? Because there are a lot of people who will not go and vote. Like their last election, only 34% voter turnout. Not even 50%. So Wizkid, so what? Like, why are you now blaming Wizkid? Are you saying that it's because of Wizkid that people are not voting, or because Wizkid wasn't there, the vote will not go on? No. So either you advise him or encourage him to get involved rather than insulting him. I mean, that one will not go anywhere. And I don't see like a lot of them doing that. It's few people who may not even like him in the first place. But this is an opportunity for them to insult him. And that's how I see it. Otherwise, it's not a big deal like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kojo, continue from there. Why you think citizens will be coming after their own Wizkid for not voting in Nigeria's elections?
Yeah, it's his civil right to also vote and make decisions like this, and people will be happy to see one of the influential people also making a case, because what it adds to society is when like Wizkid votes to a certain government and maybe they are not doing their rights, he can come out to also speak and correct them. And the people know that certain people of that stature, when they put their mouth in certain issues, it carries weight. And the politicians also feel it when these people who control numbers also put their mouth in there. So definitely people will see that he's showing concern in what is happening in Nigeria. But I think the more reason why they are peeved is for the fact that he came to Ghana. If he were to be in Nigeria and never vote, I don't think there will be this much uproar on online. The fact that we are seeing you in Ghana roaming about
playing drums
whilst we are having election in our home, because I want to believe a lot of celebrities were in Nigeria but never voted.
Yeah, they mentioned some of them.
And I
think Davido should even have interest in these elections, because I know some of
Good.
his family members.
Exactly.
He campaigned for them.
Yeah, but according to some of what we are seeing, he did not vote as well.
Exactly. But they are not too mad at them. But this one, they saw him in Ghana doing whatever you think is benefit. But from what we are, it is sending us a lesson. Overall, in most of the African continent, people are losing faith in these politicians, and they don't see the stress, the need for them to stress up, go and vote, because it seems like every government that comes into power is almost the same thing they are coming to do. And you don't want people to feel embarrassed by their decisions. We are here in Ghana. A lot of people are complaining about their disappointment in voting for the MPP government. People say, I've regretted ever doing that. And you think the next one coming is going to do anything better. No, it has been proven time and time again. So people can lose interest, that I don't want to engage myself in this because I don't see any profit in that. And we even have celebrities who people are going after their neck because of they campaigning for other political parties or maybe voting for other political parties. So Wizkid as an entity, don't you think he has the right to say, Charlie, they are not doing anything better for the economy? Any of them is the same. The value is the same, so I don't want to vote. He has that decision to make as an individual, and nobody can hold him to that. Yes, you can say whatever you want to say. Definitely, those who don't like Wizkid, the fans who are on the other side will try to put a shot at him. And you see even the tweet, there are other people who are also supporting him, citing example of other celebrities who didn't vote, but nobody is talking about them. I saw Nigerian actress Chinenye Inebe on TikTok.
Okay.
Where she was going to vote. She filmed everything.
Okay.
And what she went through, she had to go there and wait for hours before the electoral officers came in. Yeah. And she was so mad that thing happened. And when they even came, have to set themselves up and all of that. A lot of stress. But at the end of the day, she voted and she was happy. She also made a decision. It's all about interest. Yeah. It's high time people understand that our people, what contributed to that low turnout? 34%. Not even 50%. It tells you that people have lost interest in some of these things. And even some of us here, given the chance, we may never vote. Because the one you are voting for is the same thing that the person is coming to do. And so if they are pissed because he came to Ghana, then we are sorry. We are sorry because that is his choice. Okay. And that is relationship.
And his son is even here.
Exactly. That is
I'm sure Wizkid almost now he's
that is relationship. They shouldn't lose prominence on that.
Okay.
This is somebody who he has been working with business, with respect to business, and the mom has passed away. And some of these things they are priceless. When you're able to make time, look at Wizkid's caliber, and making time to come and pay homage to Kilbeat for the loss of his mom is something that Kilbeat would never forget.
Yeah.
And so we must also cherish some of it, in as much as it is his civil right to also vote, which is also part of being a good citizen or contributing your part to community or societal development. Yes, he still have the right to decide whether to vote or not. Not when it has become unpopular. Okay. That is how they should understand it.
No, they won't.
Voting has become unpopular. Many citizens don't want to vote.
They won't.
Some of them, they are enticed.
They'll say like, no matter what, you still have to come there.
Oh, no. Some of them, they are even enticed based on what they will get.
Oh, we've
that
seen
is
videos
why,
like that. Yeah.
Exactly. That's why they will vote. Else, nobody will go through that stress because they have shown that no, they don't have anything better for our people. And look at how he was enjoying himself over there. Oh yeah.
Okay, Ro, come through. Speak finally on this. Let's move on to the next.
Yes, I mean, I think even though it is his civil right, he has to vote. Since it is not mandatory, he also has the right to decide whether or not he wants to vote or not. Yes, him voting will be very significant and very important to other people as well. Like it will send good signals to other people, or even entice people to even come and vote like he's doing. But then I believe those who are charging on Wizkid and his peers for not voting should rather turn their energy and attack to the system that they are rather calling these people to come and be part of. Because yes, it is about who you believe will do the job, and that is your belief. It is not mandatory for me to also come and believe what you are believing. No. The fact that you believe in a certain politician or you believe in a certain party and think that they can fix it doesn't mean that I also believe the same. Perhaps all the people that are standing, I have no interest and I have no belief in them. No matter what you do. So if you call Wizkid to come and vote, the question is, who is he going to vote for? And if he has no special candidate or he has no interest in whatever is going on, I believe it will be very useless.
But you see that argument, I think Chema also said the same thing. Whether the people who are standing or the people who are occupying positions for you to vote for, they are not your favorites. I'm not sure elections are to be chosen on those lines.
Of course.
Yes, elections are not to be done on those lines. As in, after all, you listen to their manifesto. That is, if you really have interest in voting, you listen to their policies. There is one that may entice you or convince you to vote for. So to say, I don't have any interest in any of them, so I'm not voting, then it means that we are also telling the whole populace that if you also don't have any interest, then it means don't vote.
Of course, you see, that is how to fix a system. You see, when people wait. I believe it's not a good approach. You see, you are saying it is not a good approach. So
because you see, sitting on the fence sometimes even dangerous than you taking a side.
I give you this example. When the sitting government was coming,
some people are beginning to take that. Oh, we want to sit on the fence. Oh boy,
when the sitting government was campaigning to be in power, there are so many promises that they made, and people believed in those promises. Especially people in the creative arts. Some people genuinely campaigned for them, not because they were even called upon to come and campaign, but because they believed in the promises or the manifesto these people brought. And at the end of the day, what happened to it? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So tomorrow, if another person comes and say, oh, don't mind my brother, I am saying I will do this, so believe in me. And because you have no other option, or you think I have no option, and I would definitely have to choose between A and B. So you think I don't have the power to say no, I am not choosing any of them? Then you're not being fair to me. It is just like you shoving something bad in my face and telling me whether you like it or not. This is what we are going to do to you. Take it and just accept it like that. And it wouldn't be fair to the populace. It wouldn't be fair to the people. So I believe that yes, even the low turnout should tell them something. Because if today we are still voting with the ballot paper where people would have to queue for hours before they can even exercise just a single right, which is not even supposed to take more than 10 minutes, then it is a very huge sign that we are still living in shambles. So if they themselves, who are rather campaigning, if indeed they want the country so well, they want the betterment of the country, cannot even sit down and put their heads together regardless of their differences and ideologies to say that, oh, these elections, we want the voting to go this way. Party A would agree without objecting. Party B would agree without objecting. Then these people would know that, okay, whether we vote for A or B, they both have the ideology that they want the betterment of the country. And that is even the first point to start and to build belief from the people. So that is the easiest way you can entice people to come and vote. If you should use celebrities or you should use influential people to entice people to come and vote, those things don't last. They've proven time and again, even in our systems, they don't last. Because at the end of the day, if Kojo is influential and comes to entice me or come to lure me to go and vote, tomorrow he will be disappointed, and tomorrow when he comes, I will not mind him. Then we move to the next person. It has been the same story over and over again. So until they even decide to make a first step. So Africa today, we are still queuing where people look at we saw videos online where people were shooting, people were being beaten. Look at there's one lady that is trending that has a huge plaster on her face and all that. In today's election, I believe that even a few days to the election, one of the senators was murdered in cold blood.
I heard that too.
And we still want to say this, it is Wizkid that will influence people to come and vote so that Nigeria will be better. No. If they themselves cannot even sit down but rather see themselves as enemies, then they shouldn't blame the people for not being enticed to come and vote. If somebody decides to sit on the fence, it is because of your doing. That means whether A or B, the person doesn't see any interest, any belief in any of you, regardless of how you pose to them. And that is where the real concern is. It shouldn't be about whether a prominent person or an influential person is voting or not. Even that one should even be a huge signal that, for an influencer who probably has influence on so many people to decide to sit on the fence, then what happens to other people who are even on the ground? 34% out of the whole population is very poor. It's very, 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 very poor. That means even the decision that was taken for the country was just taken by the minority.
So this is why someone will argue that because we don't want the 35 people to be taking decisions, as influential as Wizkid is, vote and encourage others to even vote.
If Wizkid does that,
you see, as celebrities in society, this is part of their responsibility. So
it is part of their
leading by examples and encouraging others to do what is right.
Thank you, to do what is right. So if I entice you to use this phone, and at the end of the day, it harms you, who are you going to blame? Definitely you blame me. So because Wizkid doesn't want tomorrow somebody to come and say, oh, because I saw a video of Wizkid going to the polling station to go and vote, I also went there, whether I like the candidates or not, I also went there to vote anyway, and we are in shambles. Obviously, the person will come and blame Wizkid. But if tomorrow all the influencers decide to sit on the fence, what it means is that the people would now think of, okay, if the most powerful people or influential people are even deciding to sit on the fence and they will have influence on other people, then let's fix whatever system, or let's call them for feedback or whatever is making them not like the system. Then if we can put a solution to it, then that way you don't even need to call them to come and vote. they themselves will walk majestically to the polling station.
All right, so you are cool that West did not go to
Oh,
vote.
I am cool, cra. Cool, cra.
Okay, my people are supporting evil. I don't know why they want to support evil. Wait, next time go and vote. Stop playing drums and go and vote for your Nigeria country, because the country has made you who you are today. I know, but next time he could have voted and come Nigeria to Ghana. How many minutes?
The stress.
Oh, Massa, he can vote.
The stress.
He can vote.
Standing in the queue.
Yeah, we are also not considering.
No,
We are also not considering.
Big ways can vote and come.
We are also not considering Wizkid's life. For crying out loud, somebody just for voting is injured, and it can happen to anybody.
So this is Polo. This is Polo, and you see what he did? This is like a clear position of someone who wants to be seen as a state person. He wrote that vote done, hustle continues. Dubai, let's catch up. One Nigeria. You see, this man, he is also a top Nigerian promoter. Those who know him, One Africa event all over the world. He knew that there was going to be elections in Nigeria. When he doesn't live in Nigeria, he lives in Dubai. He went to Nigeria, went to vote. And when he came, he said, vote done. So this is what I'm sure everybody would want some top brands to do. Like, okay, like Wizkid. When he finished voting, vote done. Now in Ghana to support by, go and also vote. Like,
oh yeah.
Like this.
It's good. That thing is good. But the point is that we should not also
condemn.
Like push him to vote because you want him to vote. It's better you encourage him with all the good reasons that it's better you vote instead of staying out of it, or instead of trying to help us get there.
Because you want to
Or this man has a stick.
Yeah, that's the other side of it.
We when doing the elections, at times
Why he never said direction. Yeah, we all had error like that.
his man may be there.
Of course, some of them, at times, some of us who are in Accra, they can organize buses for us. Some of the parties, for us to come down to the village. So for
no need to belabor the point. Jupitar has come to add to the conversation of Michael Blackson talking about 4 superstars in Ghana. Earlier, I was having a conversation with Shatawale, and he said there are some people we have to add special superstars to their names. Senior superstars to their names, because yes, they have gone beyond the ordinary superstar. The senior superstar. So whilst the conversation is ongoing, this weekend I followed so many comments from Nigeria on one of the videos we published discussing the story. And yeah, Nigerians are saying, yeah, he was right. Of course, I know my people. They will come and say the same thing. But Jupitar is saying something. And I want us to analyze what Jupitar is saying, whether he's also making a point, or maybe he's also angry or mad because he thinks he's at the other side. Now he says, why are you going hard at Michael Blackson for saying he's only familiar with just 4 artists? I have said this before. The focus is just on few acts, so for obvious reasons, only few will get recognized. Until we change our ways to give equal and fair support on every act, it is going to be like this. I'm sure that is what he's saying. I don't know if there are more. If it is like this, then that's it. He said, why are you going hard on Michael Blackson for saying he's only familiar with just 4 artists? I've said this before. The focus is just on few acts, so for obvious reasons, only few will get recognized until we change our ways to give equal and fair support on every act. Roland, I want you to start this. Do you agree with Jupitar? How do you analyze this tweet from Jupitar?
It's very interesting. I think Jupitar, ever since he made that statement and the feedback that came, he's always been looking for ways to justify that statement. And the more he tries to justify them, the more he does much damage to whatever he's doing. You know, I ask myself, when people say we should give equal rights, like he's saying, who I ask who or to whom? Because you see, the people that Michael Blackson mentioned, he did not mention them because the people were somewhere or they are unknown, and he just went to pick them and just mention them. These are people who have proven themselves beyond reasonable doubt. They've risen above the ordinary, which is why they are being noticed. If somebody probably you think should be in that list and was not mentioned, it is because of two reasons. One, it is because it is Michael Blackson's opinion. Two, and probably because that person has not risen in recent times. Not to downplay anybody's efforts though, but in recent time, their level of traction cannot be compared to the people Michael Blackson mentioned. And it is fact. It is fact. Is Jupitar saying that his current numbers can be compared to that of Black Sheriff? Is Jupitar saying that his current numbers can be compared to Sarkodie? Is Jupitar saying his current numbers can be compared to Shatawale? If that is what he's saying and he wasn't mentioned, then we can support him. And if he also comes out to say we should give equal rights and equal support, the kind of support I need is not the same support Chemu needs. The kind of support I want is not the same as what Kojo wants. Now Kojo wants support for subscribers on his song on YouTube. You understand? The support I need is different. I need money in my pocket. So if you come and cry, we should give support, we should give support. Maybe you, Jupitar, you need airplay. Somebody doesn't need airplay. The person needs streams online. And it is whose duty is it to support who? Who is mandated to support who? When people wake up and they behave as if when a fraction of the industry is suffering, then the whole industry should start crying. Then I ask myself, okay, then you are being selfish, because when has Jupitar asked how media personnel even survive in the space? When has these people who are crying to say that the fact that musicians are not getting their streams or they are not getting their royalties, then the whole industry is in shambles? When have they asked that, okay, so how does the media that he thinks should support these artists, whether hook or crook, how do they also survive? When has, you see, I know people will come and when we go for interviews, we pay, and we pay, and we do this, and we do that. Check the level of output these people do. How they build their relevance to that even comes to entice you to see them fit. So you sit on their platforms. Because there are so many platforms that will call Jupitar today and he will not mind them. Because to him, they are not up to his standard. Because so he thinks that he has the right to choose between who he wants, the place he wants to be, and
who fits. Yeah.
Yes, who fits his standard, and somebody else doesn't have the right. Then he's not being fair, my guy. Michael Blackson, when he mentioned those four people, I saw it as normal. Because this is one person, regardless of the position he holds in the entertainment industry, whether in America or in Ghana, that is his opinion. And he even said he was going to make Gambo one of them.
Yeah.
He did not mention Jupitar. So if Jupitar even has a problem, he should go on Michael Blackson to say, why did he not mention him, Jupitar? Because the support that he's saying people are not giving equal support to all the artists. Michael Blackson didn't give it to him, Jupitar. And it is not somebody's fault that Michael Blackson didn't give to him. It is because he has not proven himself in Michael Blackson's face. Black Sheriff did not go to meet Michael Blackson to say that, oh, I am big, I am Black Sheriff, so wherever you go, mention my name. No. Black Sheriff did not do that. Same as the people who he mentioned. So I think Jupitar doesn't have a case. Whatever explanation that he's always trying to buttress whatever point he made the other time keeps damaging that over and over again. And I don't support what he's saying. I think we should just clear it up.
Well, Jamal, come through with it.
Yeah,
Let me also get your opinion on that.
For the records, I didn't see anything wrong with Michael Blackson's statement.
Okay.
In fact, until people started saying things, in fact, it didn't occur to me that no, he has said something bad. No, not
because we all watched the video from the beginning. In fact, I also felt this. So how come I did not even notice it? So when I saw headlines flying over, I said, It is true. I heard him say this, but I never even paid attention to it.
Because there's nothing to talk about in that sense. I mean, people who are saying that he said something bad or he shouldn't have done that because he's disgracing us, they have no point. It's pointless, if I should put it that way. First of all, Michael Blackson is not that influential in our space when it comes to our entertainment industry. He hasn't been that, like he has not been involved that much. He's somebody watching from afar, seeing what is going on and giving his suggestions or doing his commentary of what he has seen or how he has familiarized himself with what is happening. So if he has any suggestion or if he gives his opinion, what is wrong with that?
Their problem is lifting 4 out of the lot.
Yeah.
When the world wants to hear that we also have. I'm sure that is their problem.
Because that's what he knows. So he should mention 100 or he shouldn't say anything.
Yeah, just as he was able to say Nigeria has many.
Yes.
He should have said same for Ghana.
Because
Ghana also has many.
Okay, so here.
Don't say Ghana has just 4.
That
is why they are angry. He said Nigeria has many, but Ghana has just 4.
Yes, and
he's about adding the 5th one.
And who is Michael Blackson to determine who is a superstar?
That's why he doesn't have the power to say.
No,
he
has every right to say what he said, but the way you are taking it is the problem. Now you are giving him that power that he decides. If you take it like, yes, it's his opinion, it ends it. In fact, for you to even know that his influence in our industry is not that much, we should just take it as his opinion. But if now you are saying that Michael Blackson is so powerful that he determines number of superstars in Ghana, for those who are fighting him, that's what you are saying. You want to tell us that what Michael Blackson says is so powerful than even influential people in Ghana entertainment space. Otherwise, you will take it as such. It's his opinion. And even some of us were even laughing when he mentioned the people that he wants to make superstar. Because some of us will think that there will be better options for him, or we can suggest other people that we think they are better options. No, like that is where opinions come in. Yeah. You think everybody will, if he give us a chance to suggest somebody for him, we will mention Gambo. We will mention different names, like the way people are saying that the 4 is not enough. In fact, if he gives chance for people to mention superstars, some people will not even mention the 4 names. They will mention their favorite. That's what it will be. That's why people are even angry. Because they want to take Shatawale out. They don't like him. Not because Shatawale is superstar or whatever or influential. No. They will take him out and bring somebody else. So it's an opinion. Why are you taking this so? Like, that's why I said, when we saw the video, nothing clicked. Like, no, he's saying something bad. Because it's his opinion. So for people to stretch it to what is happening, it's like there was nothing there and now they want something to be in that place. I mean, it's not fair to him, and I think it's so unnecessary for us to even go that direction. I mean, and even if, let's say, yes, Michael Blackson is powerful in this space, his opinion matters. That 4 people that he mentioned, which of them will you take out and who are you bringing in? Even if we take it, that's the case. The names that he mentioned, you can't take any of them out and bring anybody and say that they are better than them when it comes to numbers now. So even if you take it in that sense, that is it. This is the numbers that we have. If we are going to mention based on numbers and influence at the moment, he says superstars. He didn't say stars. We can have so many stars, but superstars comes with another level.
Yes, super.
It comes with another thing. He didn't say stars. We have so many stars, but some are superstars.
Yeah.
And it can only be an opinion. And you want him to mention how many? before you will be happy.
Mention all the superstars you have.
Yes, and he doesn't know them. So what is it? He should know them by force.
So Jupitar is saying it is because our industry doesn't promote a whole lot.
Or no cry there. Not me person me avoiding because the things that I will say, why have man going to be better me?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but he has no point. Because me, I want to ask him what is fair. Like if I'm in his presence, I will ask Jupitar, what do you mean by fair? He can't answer. He can't answer the meaning of fair.
Is adding him, for instance, and maybe other couple of stars that he knows.
And then the others that he doesn't know, they don't need that fairness.
No.
So it won't work. So it's not fair anyway. You can't be fair. Or how?
They are already big.
How can you be fair? Like when you are talking about entertainment or you want to help people in the entertainment industry, that word fair shouldn't come in at all. Because no matter what you do, you are not fair. Like the things that we come here and talk about. We are not fair to people who don't like what is happening.
Yeah.
And the same thing with the other guy who is talking about other things. So when you say fairness, you have not said anything because it can't happen. So if that's your motive or that's how you want things to be, it's like you don't want anything to happen. Because it can never happen. At the time that Jupitar was on top of his game, giving us banger upon banger, wherever you go, all the parties that you find yourself, they will play enemies there. At that time, was the system fair? Or if it is good for him, it is fair. If it is not fair. That's not the definition of fairness. And fairness cannot happen in the entertainment industry. So he should forget about it. He shouldn't even use that word. Because if you use it, some of us see you as not serious. Because that thing can't happen. So where do you want us to go? He should come again. I mean, this thing, there's nothing to even talk about when somebody is sharing his opinion. As us who are the stars in Ghana here, we will mention names that somebody will come from somewhere and say you are not fair because you didn't mention the person's favorite. Okay. So even us thinking that we have been in the industry for quite a while and we know people, if you leave us to mention names, if you allow us to mention names right now, we can't mention all the stars that we even know. We can't. So those that we won't mention, who are they? Are we not being whatever to them? Like we are not being fair to them? Or the person that we will mention, are we not saying that it's because they are our favorite? How can you resolve this and say fair? No, he should forget. He should forget.
Well, Kojo, come through. I want us to analyze Jupitar's tweets in relation to what Michael Blackson had said earlier. Yeah.
But I'm looking for that guy who quoted the superstar. The man says stars. The man says stars. I don't know where that superstar came in. I think there was a story like that. That misled a lot of people. Aside everything, one thing that people should pay attention to is that it's nature. Nature has made some people kings. Some people will serve the kings. Some will be bigger. Some will be the biggest. Those people, no matter what you do, no matter your hard work, you can never be like them.
We call it competence hierarchy. Based on how our society will determine who is highly competent. The rank will be there. It's so automatic.
A notch higher than just the normal thing. Because somebody is born today, that person's destiny is to become a president. No matter what you do, it will happen.
No, but you have to work towards it.
Of course, the work is basic.
Yeah,
the work is basic, and doesn't mean he's working harder than you. There are people who are working harder than that person, but destiny will make you. Exactly. Look at this football thing. A lot of people who are playing good football. But how many do we mention? There was a time only Messi and Ronaldo. They have ruled for over 10 years. How many footballers doesn't we have in the world? They are all doing amazing work. But when we are talking about the GOAT, that stay, only two come now. So if you understand the world in that aspect, that nature made some people like that.
It means FIFA support Ronaldo and Messi that
they are not being fair. They are not being fair.
They are not being fair.
But it's true. FIFA supported Portugal against Ghana during the World Cup. We all saw it.
How can you tell me
No, we all saw it. We all saw it.
They are not being fair.
Yeah,
You see,
they are not being
They
fair.
wanted Portugal to just win over us in the World Cup. We saw it.
Who are you?
We have the word. They are not being fair.
Yes.
You see, what Michael said, yes, it's a fact. Unless you want to run away from it. Because he mentioned about 8 or something Nigerians. And so if he mentions...
No, Nigeria, he did not mention the number. He said they have plenty.
Oh, he mentioned
mentioned
some
names.
of them.
You know what I mean is, he mentioned names, but
Yes.
he was looking forward to mention more.
Of
Because
course.
he said plenty.
Plenty,
Yeah.
yes.
And he mentioned the names that will come. But in Ghana, he was specific that Ghana we
course.
have 4.
That's all that he knows.
Of course, because the plenty, he needs to mention something that will correlate.
Really,
And the
yeah.
kind of names he even mentioned. Davido, Wizkid, Burna Boy, and all of that. What names can you match? Even our people, when we put our people against them on a certain level, they also top them with certain factors.
Yes.
It's fair like that. And the focus is he's trying to make more stars in Ghana.
Yeah.
So we should just understand it and move on. And he's not the deputy minister of creative arts
He's the
that. He is not that. He's not that. If Michael Krakuman say this thing, it will be a problem because we say, you have to enable some people. Don't go and tell exactly. But Michael is an individual. He's now coming into our system. Now, Jupitar. All the time.
I know, right?
Episode of Jupitar.
I know.
Jupitar is still pushing his tribal agenda and all
Oh,
of
no,
that.
no. This one has no tribal agenda in it. I beg you.
That is where
No. What is tribal? What is tribal?
Oh, but he said obvious
yeah,
thing.
refer to page 1.
Oh, no.
Please tell me.
Richie, bring it back.
The point is,
Richie, bring it back.
There is no tribal. There is no tribal.
But he said something.
I'm not talking about this one.
Uh-huh,
The point
Refer
is,
to the.
we all
figures
know
in
where he's coming from because he's been on an agenda that musicians coming from his side
certain areas. Yeah.
have been marginalized. That is his case. And so seeing this, yes, the point is, yes, he will talk about only 4 people because the system is not being fair to all. We are not sharing it equally to everybody. And the point is, the high time or the earlier he understand that this game is all about equity and not equality, the better for him. Equality is when we are giving everybody same because we have 5,000 Ghana cedis, 1,000, 4,000, 1,000. But equity is Sammy Flex has more money. Let's give Sammy Flex 200 Ghana cedis. Roland need more money. Roland, take 1,005 because of your burdens. Then we give to you. Then Chemo needs 500. That is equity. If
Now you how much
in a tankers.
So he should understand. If that is the case, then we have to even pay attention to the new artists.
Exactly.
He don't come in when we are even going by equity. He doesn't come in because you are known. We have 1,000 stars. Even his people that he's complaining about, the guys, we have a lot of them who are upcoming. Even he has, how many has he put on? He thinks people are marginalizing Ghana musicians. He episode, how many
Jupitar.
Charlie. He Jupitar. How many of his people who are unknown has he thrown the light on? At times, if you are pointing fingers one finger at people. Remember the 4. This 4 is pointing back at you. It is business. There is no even government things that are for government that people are supposed to, everybody has equal chance to even benefit. Some people don't benefit.
Sure.
Even that one is regulated. Only some people are getting it. Scholarships and all of that. Only few are benefiting.
Free SHS, you have to pass to get it.
Yeah.
But it's for all Ghanaians.
It's for everybody, but only few people. Not something that is private. How long can we continue saying some of these things? Yes, it's good that we have an agenda. Deliberate. Okay, media people, let's come together. Let's make sure we project our musicians, put them to a standard that everybody will recognize them. But how do we go about it? Do we have a body? Do we even have a body that is regulating a media union that we can even set some of these agendas? It's not happening. It can never happen. So he needs to understand the system and how it operates. Okay. If he can do something, then he should start the campaign from themselves. I know they are a force to reckon with. What are we talking about? Shatta Wale is a Ghana musician. Look at his influence. He alone as an individual. Look at his influence, episode, all of them, tiny. And you have close relationship with Shatta. Forget about the media, as even Shatta has always been saying that he doesn't care about the media. So how is he doing it that he is still relevant in this game when he has said a countless time that he doesn't focus on the media? So put yourself together and do something rather than blaming everybody. It has been fair to you. You can never blame the system. It has been so fair to you. It has been so fair to you. What about these upcoming musicians who are unknown, who go for interview and pay? Do you pay when you go for interviews?
He won't.
When you went to 3 Music, did you pay money episode? Any upcoming artist who is rather struggling will pay for interviews. And you are saying this system is not fair to you.
Well, thank you. We are still here, and we still want to remind you that if you want to send money to Ghana, remember to use TapTapSend. TapTapSend is the most reliable money transfer app that you can get on your phone. Just download the app on your phone, key in your details, and you can start sending money with ease, with less stress. What are you waiting for? Do it, and do it now. Now, one story that has also caught my attention is an interview between DJ Ashman and a music producer. He's also the boss of Safwa Band. That's the name of his band there. Safwa Band. They have been they have been playing at UTV's United Showbiz. That is Gideon. Now, in this interview, he's saying that if you are to work with any big artist, the fact that you work with that big artist is even enough to open doors of opportunities for you than to even take money from them. Yes, when I saw the video, I've seen some people who are also disagreeing with him and saying that, what are you saying? At least you are a pro. Whatever you deserve, also demand it. Get it done. And maybe, any extra benefits that you are supposed to enjoy, you also benefit from it than to say, oh, because you are just going to work with a person, the person has a big name, you should be happy, and that is not a professional thing. Others also think that, our industry, maybe it is not right, but our industry kind of makes it like that. Let's go watch this interview, and when I come back, ask my people what they think about this statement. Then we start a conversation out of that. Watch it. I'll be right back.
Did you make anything when you were working with Sarkodie?
Sarkodie, I don't need to make any.
Did you make anything when you were working with Sarkodie?
Sarkodie, I don't need to make anything. There are some people, their name alone will open a lot of doors for you.
I like that punch. So, give me that one.
I don't. If he gives me money, and we spoke about money and stuff. A day before he will go to his first BET, he was with me in the studio. The day before he will go, I was with him in the studio. We were working. We had a very good relationship, So me with Sark, I've never seen. He's like Mihuna. energy now me or a very
strong.
I don't know, yeah. Now he was very positive about me. I mean, most of the artists I've worked with, Sark was one of the few positive guys around me. So it has always not been about okay, yeah, I would rather focus on the split sheets more than money, you know. Yeah. So even today I was in South Africa sometime and I happened to be in a studio. Not AKA Mone recording. So the producer were talking and I mentioned he was asking me like, oh, I heard you're a producer from Ghana, blah blah. Artists been on your age, I mentioned Sarkodie, and so you know, that's all for real. I pulled my conversation aside. I got something, you know.
Oh really?
And you know, there's some artists you don't need to approach them with money or that. No, it doesn't make sense.
All right, so that was that interview with DJ Ashman, and of course he was talking to Gideon, that is his real name. When in that interview he said working with Sarkodie alone was enough. The name Sarkodie alone was enough, even to think about how to receive money from him. Others are of the view that this is good. Others also think that no, this is no good. Chamo, I can start this with you.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I can say he's 100% right, but it will not work for everybody or anybody. That's where some people will disagree and talk the way they want to talk in terms of disagreeing with him. But it's right. If you know how to negotiate, if you know how to do your things, yes, one of the best ways is to work with big people, or let's say influential people in the system, and use your name to make more money. I mean, when you mention, like, if I want to work with any other entertainment platform, and I go there and say that I've worked with Sammy Flex, it will give me some leverage. I can mention a price that they will be willing to consider, instead of me saying, oh, I have not worked with many people, or I've worked with, then I mention unknown person. They will not bother when I mention certain figures. They will not even consider me. But if I mention Sammy Flex and then mention a high figure, they may consider. They will say, okay, we need you, but maybe we can't pay this much. We will give you this. But if I've not worked with any influential person in the space, and I go mention certain figure, they will say, go, we will think about it. They will not even bother to negotiate, because they will take you as not being serious.
What value do
you
have
to come and demand such an amount? That's what it is. So that's what the guy is talking about. And then he gave a very good example. When he went to South Africa, he got a deal because he mentioned Sarkodie. And that is it. So if you know how to use that kind of names to make money, it's the best way.
If you know how to use it to bargain.
Yes, that's the right way. Yeah. If you know how to use it to bargain, I mean, it's the best thing that you can do for yourself. So when they give you opportunity, or when you meet them, you try to offer something free just for them to get you in. And then when you are in there, then you can use their name to bargain for a bigger price. Because if you are going to work with Sarkodie and you mention a figure that Sarkodie can't pay or doesn't want to pay, he will give it to the other person. Especially if you are not there yet. Like, I don't want to say if you are nobody. If you are not there yet, because there will be somebody better than you, or somebody who has been in the system more than you. So if you are quoting a figure that person will also take the same amount, I will give it to the known person. I will not give it to you. The only way that I will give it to you is that you mention a lower price, but you promise to give me the best as the person who is willing to take that. And I think we had good example our last show when we spoke about TJ Omori and his charges. It's not just about his services, it's also about his name. So if you tell me that I can give you TJ Omori service, like I can give you quality work like TJ Omori, but I will charge less, you are likely to get the deal. But if you say, I will charge you as TJ Omori will charge you because my work is as good as TJ Omori, I will go and give it to TJ Omori because his name will also give value to the video.
Yeah.
That's what it is. But after working for such a huge figure, and then you go and say, okay, I will also charge you this much because I've worked for Burna Boy, Black Sheriff, Sarkodie, TJ Omori, the same. Then you are talking. Now you are there. Maybe you didn't even take money from the Burna Boy, Sarkodie, Black Sheriff, but you have worked with them the same way that TJ Omori
so you are playing that league.
Yes, that's how you get in. So what the guy is saying is perfect, but some people can't even negotiate with big name that they have association with. So those people, they'll have problems saying that why are you not charging because of that. But me, I will go with this guy. And me, for instance, I've also had the same experience. I got certain deals because of the people that I've worked with. And at this point, in fact, I'm bold and confident to charge high because of that. I've worked for this person, I've worked for that person, and you want to give me what? No, go and give it to somebody else.
Okay.
That's what it is. So it's good. And even me starting, like working with KSM, for instance.
You told us the story.
Yes, my first negotiation, I said, give me something to survive. He told me, like, he asked me, how much are you going to take? I said, give me something to survive. From here to my home, like, if I can go and come back, I'm okay. But I had something in mind. Like, after that, if I get anybody, I say, I'm doing it for KSM, and they'll give me the chance. That's how I did it. Oh, this thing that you are... In fact, somebody called and said that I want the person who is doing this work for KSM. That was the conversation. I mean, the first... Somebody approached and said, no, please, if you know the person who is doing this for KSM, I want that guy. Yes, it's because of that situation. So I will go with this guy on any day, but it's not everybody or anybody who can use such a platform, and they will disagree. But me, I'm with him.
Okay, Ro, you can come through as well. Let me get what you think about Genius Selection. That is his claim to fame, Genius Selection, but his real name is Gideon. Yeah.
But I mean, everybody would want to associate with greatness. And the greatness, it is because of the value that comes with it. That is why everybody would want to go on that tangent. So of course, I support what he's saying. I say this always, and I'll say it again, that on the negotiation table, you don't get what you deserve. You get what you bargain for. And unfortunately, it is not everybody, regardless of how rich their CV is, the caliber of people they've worked with. Some people still don't know how to negotiate. And it is like that. So yes, it can work for some people, it can't work for everybody. Somebody can work with Sammy Flex and still go to another person and will not negotiate right. Somebody will just take a picture with Sammy Flex and you have no idea the kind of negotiation the person can do. Yeah. Yes, that is why so many people would even want to take pictures with prominent people or people of value, and sometimes
they use it for a certain purpose.
Exactly. It all comes with the value that you have. So yes, there are some people, but you see, the practice, I want people who probably wouldn't agree with him to also know where they stand or where they belong, and not come at him, because some people will come at him and say, hey, that means since Sammy Flex frame 7 million Juma minim search and she name and one meeting me sika many because I Sammy Flex into many money free na come kwademiana. No, it depends on interest and what you want at a particular time. If that particular period you need money, and that is how you also want to survive, nothing stops you from
go for the money.
Yes, negotiating in that manner. Nothing stops you. But if you also have a different interest, then you do it. You also hit there. There are some people that will come and work for you for free, And just like Shemo is saying, could you baby, now near the to a diamond in there. Yes. And it is called social capital. It is called social capital. It is not something that is given to you in
tangible,
hand. Yes, but you get somewhere, you reach, and that it becomes part of your negotiation. It becomes part of the things you used to bargain. And the moment you mention certain names, I tell you, there are some doors that will automatically open. Yeah. Because those names carry weight. Now you go to school or you go to any institution, they ask you, your friend say, oh, your friend me in team despite. Think of the first question that will come after you mentioning your name. Hey, are you related to despite? And that alone is something that will is half a chance that it's half a chance. So that's one there. It is true. I agree with him. There are some people that will give you value where you use their name to negotiate or benefit at some level. But you need to also set your priorities straight. You need to also know what you want at a particular time. Because some people, because they don't know how to negotiate, when they come and work for you for free, and later they go somewhere else and they are not able to bargain right, and they become broke, they will come and blame you for saying, Sammy flex here, that is why I am poor. And that is what this guy then is doing. And that is what then all yes is here. Because he doesn't inca YP yes, YP huge way endorsement on your brand. Anka ochina if somebody else calls you, na YP ni me ejuma kra, even if we are na YP ni me ejuma kra say no mama. Bema me say it is part of your negotiation skills. So I agree with him, but people should also know their stance, what their interest is at a particular time. Because any time bia na obe hia nipa no edin dia ebibi. TG Omori now is big. And no matter who you are, he also, when the moment he sees that his name is of the same value as whatever you are bringing, at that particular point, his interest will be the money that he is taking and not your name. But I'm sure if Beyonce calls him right now, the money will be secondary to whatever interest that he was going to put first. So people should know their stance at a particular time.
Okay, Kojo, wrap up for me on this one.
Yeah, Flesh and Blood did not reveal this to Genius.
Genius selection.
Yes, it's highly spiritual. Yes, you need a third eye. You need a third eye to see this. Not everybody will see it. And the best currency is relationship. Relationship is the best currency you ever get.
But someone said we don't need to buy iPhone 12.
Good. He doesn't know how to use it. He doesn't know how to use it.
Someone said we don't use currency or relationship to buy iPhone 12.
He doesn't know how to use it. He can even get it for free.
Free, yeah.
I remember one time there was so traffic that we weren't getting cars. So one car came, one truck came and we rushed to the front seat. And the driver was like, no front. Hey, come and see people. They were mad. No front. Master, get down. And the ones who occupied the front seat, they got down. Halfway into the journey, a small girl walked majestically and hopped into the front seat. Come and see. They were chuckling here and there, murmuring. But the point is, that's the girlfriend. Relationship. Something that people are fighting over it. You got it cool. She got it fala reserved. VVIP status. VVIP status.
I want to forget about
Who got in there? He sat them. Get down. It's no front. No, you have the money, but no front. It's reserved. Yes. Reserved. Young girl came in. Bang. So if you think relationship is not important, even companies, they try to build strong relationships because that is where your business can be sustained. If you think somebody walked into your shop and bought something today, think of tomorrow. If the person comes again, then your business has a future. So relationship is key. And
do you know, I have been buying Pizza Man I've been buying from Pizza Man Chicken, like those people. Do you know, anytime I buy from there, the next day they'll call me. Yes, I wanted to say this so everybody knows. Like every weekend, I try to buy something from there for my children. Anytime I have bought from them, the next day they will call me to ask how was it.
That's feedback. I wouldn't be surprised if that guy is a marketer.
Like I'm shocked though.
Because they want to get. So
yesterday I was in the house when they call. I said, okay, I bought it for the children, so they should come and talk. Like every day I have bought from them. The next day I receive a call from them.
Feedback.
Hi.
Feedback. So you always want to go there. When they call you, if you are thinking of buying pizza, that is where you go. So that is business. It's all about life. It's all about relationship, because there are certain things money can't buy. Like the trotro example that I give. Your money is nothing. The place is booked. If you are paying billions, you won't get it. My girlfriend is there. If you like go bend the sea, I don't care. So relationship is key. And this in business, credibility is everything. The ability for people to trust you for whatever you do, that is your credibility. There are a lot of risk that people go through in wanting to associate with a particular brand or a person. If I want to deal with Kojokin as a blogger, I'm thinking, would it worth it? Can this guy even do the job for me? Is he the right person? The person will try to do a lot of research about you. Now, if he knows that, okay, the guy has been working for a certain individual, a certain big person, done. He's gone through the decision.
Pre-selection process.
He give it to you because it has reduced the risk factor. So everybody needs credibility. Now, I was working for a certain man some years back, and there was a contract given to our competitor, and we realized we could do better job than what the competitor is doing. So my boss, we sat down, it was like, Charlie, I want to get this contract, but I don't know how to go about it. So what we have to do is, let's go approach them and try to give them some free service. So we approached them and they accepted, okay, do something, let's see. He spent, yes, he spent a lot. Some of them, my colleagues were like, does it worth it? Why are you spending all this money to even impress them and all of that? But because I'm a marketing person, I was giving him the encouragement and all of that. We did it and we submitted it. That very day, we received a call
from them.
And the call was like, this has been the best service of all. It's supersede all the others. And so what happened is, now they told us to do a portion for them in a larger quantity. Maybe they thought that this one was small. So they told us to do a bigger portion. This one, they are taking care of the cost. Then we did it. Do you know the contract we got? Eventually, we won the contract.
You took somebody's name there.
So this is it's competition.
Yes, it's competition.
It's competition. You see, at times, that's why I say, if the best is not available, the available becomes the best. So he's gotten the contract not because they are the best. But the best one is not available. We got it, and the monies we made from that contract alone is not easy. So at a point in time, you look at where you are and what you can get. Now, if Genius, who's come through the artists that he's worked with, and everybody's dream is to work with the best. Who doesn't want to associate with the best?
Everybody
wants that. If you're a footballer and Cristiano Ronaldo want to associate, you tell me you don't like.
You want to play for the best team.
Asante Kotoko or Manchester or Chelsea want to sign you, and you think what? You go. So he analyzed it right. Okay, Sarkodie coming to me shouldn't be money. after all, he comes. The studio is there, whether people come to work or not. Still, I'm losing money because you calculate your losses in the period that people are not coming to work. Because the studio is set up, so if you sit down the whole day and nobody comes, that is your loss. So it is no different from working for Sarkodie for free. If nobody is coming
and getting recognition from outside that you can use,
and he knows what he will get from that. That is the point. He knows Sarkodie will promote the song. If the song becomes a hit song, people will ask, who did this song? And a lot of unknown artists and other musicians who will come to you. That money cannot be quantified. To say Sarkodie, I will take money. You see, at times some people, because of hunger, they lose the bigger picture.
They take hunger.
They take some small bread instead of a big cake that they can get tomorrow. So they will take money right now and even ruin a relationship. And maybe if you call that money, Sarkodie, okay, if that money there, then another, I think I can pay Kewa or somebody who I know is probably this is the first time I'm working with you, so he also making a risk. So people should get to understand that. I was so mad when some engineers were blaming some big stars for using their beats and not paying them. If you can track back. Some even attached Shatawale and all of that. I was so mad. These people are trying to be smart, to outsmart them. I'm there. You send me your beat that I should write it, knowing well that I have enough following. They knew what they were doing, not that they didn't know. They knew that if a certain Shatawale or Sarkodie writes on my beat, it will give me exposure. And in the long run, I will make money from it. Now you have this mindset, you send the person the beat, he writes on it, you get the recognition, and later you come back and complain that they cheated you. So I was so mad. These guys tell people the real story. You traded that beat for more money, for recognition, and that is business.
Okay.
So it's a good call from. I think everybody can do it.
Yeah.
No matter your level.
But we still have to put in that caution. You need to have bargaining skills.
Yes, and know what you want.
So if everybody wants to do it, then you should know that in going to do it, get a bargaining skill that you attach with. I
think the education is know how to leverage on some of these things.
That's what we are talking about.
Learn how, because
it is one of
the point is, if I call you, if Shatta calls you that I want to play a beat for him, what is the bargaining? Are you coming to tell me, oh, Shatta, this one?
No, it's not Shatta you're going to bargain with. No. You do it for Shatta the way the request has come.
Yes.
So but in getting the next guy, you have to.
So they should be inclined with the business. Exactly. It's not always that we need money, but we create certain relationships for future business.
Well, thank you so much. We can only end it here. There was one other story, but I'm sure we will do it some other time, where a gentleman is really complaining that our artists are hungry. Richie, you put it there. Roland's up, so can be found. I'm receiving. Meet mom in 2 minutes. So I'll say, a Yembibo. Kwame Ba has actually started a music distribution and publishing company of a sort, where he launched some few weeks ago. And I know he has also managed some of these artists from Kumerica, to point some of them, their manager and all. And he's saying, dear anyone who can support, our music industry is dying. And the way I see this post there, I think the guy has some information that is making him scared. Yeah, the way I see this post. When I saw it, I said, because he has the back end of most of these Asaka boys. I know he has the back end of most of these boys. And for him to say this, I'll say our music industry is dying. And I won't dilute this message because it is what it is. And whether I like it or not, I'm also an industry player, so I know what I'm saying. Please, support our artists. And at this instance, support it whether you like their songs or not. Our artists are going through it, but they can't tell you. The amount of money and energy they put in now cannot be compared to any line of entertainment in the country. But they are not getting the hits, numbers, exposure, acceptance, and revenue. And it's fucking sad. I don't want to mention names, but our other counterparts are penetrating hugely into this market and taking our daily bread. At this stage, F whatever excuse you want to give. Support our artists only. It is sad, bro. I'm teary whilst typing this. I don't care if you believe it or not. Let's get up and support all our artists. Because if you don't, you'll be dragged through the mud, and in few years to come, you'll be ashamed to call yourself a Ghanaian. Thank you. Bro, my time they call. That can't name on, but at the
end 1 minute, 1 minute. You twice watch now. Me person bisa Kwame.
Me am person yen hwe no na yen fa ntena ba bi foforo na yen bisa bisa ne so.
Person bisa Kwame ba se okoto aduane ne aduane ne nya da obekwa akoto bi mu ana.
Da bi obeka cha mama ne se nya de.
Exactly. And okoch now so na the same thing obesa akoto.
Da bi.
Yes. So he should blame the people who prepare the food. Like you said, he has some deep information about the back ends of so many people, and he thinks most of them are not doing good business. So if you are not doing good business, you don't blame your customers. If you are not preparing the right,
he doesn't think they are not doing good business.
So he
thinks they are doing good business, but the customers are not treating them right. From reading this, that's how he thinks.
So he should rather find feedback from the customers and not shove bad food in the throats of the customers because they are spending so much to cook. For crying out loud, with the salad, kosi trotro station abeboka because ohonom no ye pe gobe ye pe banku ye pe di anopa e be sustain you to anajo. So if you go there and come and tell me the fact that I am preparing 50 Ghana 100 Ghana meal and you guys are not buying anything by force, yeah, matter whether the people can afford it or whether the people like it or not, then you're not being fair to the customers. I think yes, he raised certain points in there where I would support them, but the way all mad yeni lukuno as a ye we should support it. And it is not fair because that is the bottom line. It is he shouldn't let anybody do that.
Chemo, support is also heading. I say at this stage he doesn't give an F what people think. All that he's saying that stop following the other guys and support your own. Na boys need break. Commodium.
Or no, the first principle of support to crowd, no matter crowd, I say children. I say children. What's it? You supporting why? Na sa, Oma also supporting. Oma so supporting. And you know the customers, you know, all that they need is good songs. If you give them good songs, they will also support you with good money. And that's how it works. In fact,
I said the boys are struggling. No, not they are struggling. They are still doing what they have to do: shooting music videos, recording the songs, doing promotion. He captured all in there.
Yet, now onim se sa mo mutan aduane okwa obi no aduane a ne board din chen obi foforo nso ne de no san ekotugu
eso de sigata no ho
o san ekotugu endi no se omo se de me ya ne say he's an industry person and I want to assume that he knows the business, how it goes.
Of course.
But we ignore all the good things that they are supposed to do just to come and say support them. And it is not done anywhere. And you know, what is right, and they will get it. In fact, in this music industry, haters one yeah mention that fanko. So when you more that, obi a on pe wasem kra, or say on fansa no, obebu ntirinku.
No ya ba obesa.
Obesa yeah, wa sorry dem na sorry ne ben ba. And you know, say enyum na e popular no e bo a sorry for no. Sorry them now like you can't suppress that thing. And to me, I'll tell Kwame ba say bet me aboa support now can on how to do things and they will get that support. But I can say by force support because or compared to others elsewhere there. and then or in fact me make us or no cry name because he is not pushing them to do the right thing, but rather just wanting support. Keke.
Could you 2 minutes? Time as well.
Yeah, if you are doing music to make money and fix home, there's a way you should live your life. Don't follow what everybody is doing. If you are from a poor background and music is your only hope that I'm going to make music and fix home. He said something caught my eye. They are spending and they are not getting the hits. You see what some of our guys do. They get one song that becomes a hit. They make some monies. And now they think their standard has gone to a certain level. Yeah. So if Shatawale is shooting 40,000 music video, he also needs to shoot that music video. So he also needs to live a certain kind of lifestyle. Maybe get an East Legon room and all of that to put state or there superstar, you know. Forgetting that where you are coming from, there was an agenda for you doing the music. So there's nothing wrong with your first hit, the money you make from your first hit, establishing some business aside, knowing where you are coming from, live within your means till you get to a certain level, because for all you know, that was the only thing you get. Life will ever give you. Yeah. That's the only thing life will ever give you. And through that, you can change your life. If you invest that thing in other business and you are making more money, you can still push it back into your business. You have a lot of music, like D Black. D Black is there doing a lot of business. And through that, he can call Stoneboy, call this one, and make a hit song. So don't live beyond your means. If you are shooting 40,000 music video and at the end of the day you put it on YouTube and no views.
Oh,
no views. You think you are putting energy, I'm doing the right things, but why is it that people are not minding me? It is business. Live with you. Currency is here. It can give you a good video with a good budget within your means.
Yes, 25,000.
Nobody will tell you that Charlie, this is not a quality video.
$25,000.
All right, could you have
So yes,
but I remember Currency gave that free offer, like people with even low budget.
We did some, but they didn't come. You see their problem. They see that they think because Shatawale is Shatawale because he's shooting music videos with certain kind of directors. There's a level to that, and even them they complain about the cost. So you should advise them to live within their means. They should go steadily. They shouldn't be pressured with what others are doing when their income or their returns cannot be compared to. People are playing shows, getting more money. How many shows have you played? And you are going to shoot a music.
Show this is $10,000, $900,000.
Yeah, so definitely we can't be grudgy. We are not saying lower your standard. We are not saying lower your standard and shoot inferior music video. But this is an investment that will take a long time. So it's a long-term investment. Keep doing that and stop complaining.
All right, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for being a part of today's edition of Showbiz Daily here on Sammy Flex TV. Special thanks to my panel members in Team Dodu Solomon, Roland Amate, and Kojo King, as well as to my producers, Digital Rasta, who did our camera, and Richie Flex, editor and director of the show. Thanks for your comments. Thanks for liking our videos. Thanks for subscribing to our channel. But you know where to get the best of entertainment content. It is right here on Sammy Flex TV. My name is Sammy Flex. Follow me on Instagram at Sammy Ban Flex, Twitter Sammy Ban Flex, then on Facebook Samuel to be my verified account, and let's do more. I'll see you in our next video. We are out of here. Bye.